All right, people, what is up and welcome back. So about 2 videos ago, I was fishing down in the Galveston surf and I wasn't catching much of anything, but I did hook into a couple gaff top. And while I was unhooking one of those guys, I managed to get poked in the arm by one and it did not feel too good. And because of that, I said I was gonna have to get some revenge on him. So about 4 or 5 days ago, in between all the storms, I managed to find about a 2 to 3 hour gap of good weather, and me and my brother headed down to the Texas City Dike with the intentions of doing a gaff top catch, clean, and cook. I know that they get bad reputations for basically being big old slime balls, but I've also heard they're good table fare, so I really wanted to find out for myself. So stay tuned, and I hope y'all enjoy the video. All right, so what we're using for bait today is just pieces of cut mullet. I like to cut behind the head, and then that'll be one chunk right there. And then my favorite piece is this right here, just the middle with all the guts. So just nice sized chunks of it. You could even go a little bit bigger. It's crazy because gaff top will actually eat bait that is super big for their body size. All right, and then the rig that we're using is 50 pound of mono leader to a big old circle hook, just because this is a rig I use for everything whenever I'm fishing at the dike. You can catch redfish on it, drum, obviously gaff top, and it's just what I had tied on. So we're just gonna hook our bait up like that to the back. And then for our weight, we have a spider weight on there, and I only have 2 of the prongs out because there's not much current at all and there's no waves. So I don't need to have all 4 because I don't need it to be stuck in the ground, because we all know how big of a pain in the butt it is to reel these in whenever they all get stuck in the ground. So I just have 2 to kind of slow it down a little bit. And then this is like a 6 or 7 ounce spider weight. No, this is a 5 ounce spider weight. So that's definitely more than I need, but it's the only weight I have. So that's what we're using. We're gonna go cast this out, stick in the rod holder, and hopefully it won't take too long. All right, we're out on our little casting platform right here. And I forgot to mention, I'm actually here with my brother. He's right over there. And he's using the same thing, also trying to catch gaff top, just having some fun, because we really want to try him out. So we're going to lob this out there as far as we can get it. Ooh, and it was a really good cast. I'm just going to stick in the rod holder. And like I said, it's a waiting game. So I have my big rod out, and now I'm going to cast out one of my smaller rods. Also going for gaff top on this thing. It's just a lot more fun on these little rods, because I don't care what anybody says, gaff top can throw down. These guys fight super hard, and you always think you have a really good fish, and you don't. Also, guys, just wanted to mention that, like I said 5 times, we are going for gaff top, but these rigs also work very well for redfish. And I mean, we're not gonna pass up on a redfish. All right, I just got done casting my rod out, and my brother's rod went slack, and he has one over here. So we're gonna see. Gotta be careful hopping down on all these rocks, especially with all the metal that's in between them. Let's see. What is it? Yeah, that thing will keep. Now, so gaff top are a regulated species. That is actually a big one. Wow, right there. That's crazy. Gaff top are actually a regulated species, guys. And while there is no daily bag limit on them, there is a size limit. They have to be 14-inch minimum to whatever. There is no slot, just 14-inch minimum and no daily bag limit. And I guarantee that thing's probably like 17. So you'll definitely keep. I think I got one, guys. I'm getting bit here on the big rod. Got him. Aha. Finally, just rebaited and cast this one out, because we've been sitting here for like, shoot, I don't know, 30 minutes without a bite. It was cast out for about 5 minutes, no more. There's a bite. We're getting close. It was casted pretty far out. Nope. Oh, he's going to the rock. Another gaff top. There we go. Exactly what we're here for. Sounds so weird saying that, but it's true. Let's flip him. Oh yeah, it's a good one. All right, here he is right here, and he is bleeding like crazy. Although I don't know why, because the hook was, I guess maybe the hook was down in his gills and got ripped up, but we're gonna hook him, and this is a good one to keep because he's probably gonna die anyway. So going straight in the cooler. We're gonna try to get one more, because then that would be 4, and I think that's plenty. Then we'll see y'all back at the house. So let's see if we can get another one though. We're gonna send this one out there pretty far. Ooh. And once again, we're waiting. Hopefully it does not take too long, fingers crossed. Well, dang guys, I was just about to start the recording. We just moved spots because the last spot dried up. We saw a whole bunch of bait jumping out here, a whole bunch of shad flicking and stuff. Cast it out. Before I could even turn the camera on, we're hooked up. This is on a big piece of mullet. Oh yeah, this is a good one. So there we go. I mean, it was an instant hookup. It's crazy. Probably just a gaftop, and he's going way sideways. But we're on these slippery rocks now, so. Oh man, I have to find a way to go down here. Whoa, he's pulling. Oh, this dude's in the rocks. This may not be a gaftop. This thing is fighting really hard on this big rod. Oh, and I can hear my line scraping against the rock. Oh no, guys, and it's braid. It's probably gonna break. Oh, shoot. Okay, he's down under a rock. This is not good. Just trying to be careful. No fish is worth busting your butt on these rocks. And he's really tangled in that one. Oh, I'm just gonna have to open the bail and hope that he swims out of the rock. I think the fish is still on there. Maybe not, he might have came off. Oh no, I see him. Oh, there he is. Big gaftop. Nice. Pulled him out of the rocks. That's a big one. Ha! Biggest one of the day. Fought him out of the rocks. Caught him after about having the line in the water for a minute. There we go, guys. Let's go take him and put him in the cooler, and that makes 4. So we have a few more pieces of mullet, but I think that's all we're gonna keep. Using the same piece of mullet, cast it back out and see if we can do that all over again. Hopefully just as quick. Oh, didn't cast quite as far, but still a decent cast. Not as far as I want it, but we'll see what happens. It's been about 30 minutes and we're reeling them in. We're gonna call it a day here. Head back to the house. I did just have one little bite on this, but didn't hook into it, so oh well. Gonna throw the rest of our bait in the water, and then we'll see y'all at the fillet table to clean these things up. All right, guys, we've made it back to the house. We have our 4 nice gaftop right here in front of us, and let me show y'all why people don't like catching these things, or why people don't like keeping and cleaning these things. Come in here and take a look. All this slime right here that you can just scrape off, as you can see on the knife, is absolutely disgusting. It gets all over your line whenever you catch them, all over all your gear, and I guess whenever you clean them, it gets all over too. So yeah, they're just basically big old buckets of slime, and apparently they taste pretty good though. So let's find out. Let's get right into cleaning them. I've never cleaned one before, but we're gonna try it out and see if we can do it. I know some people, whenever they clean catfish, they use basically catfish pliers and they rip the skin off of them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead, go straight in and fillet them, and we're gonna see what happens. So let's get to it. So first thing I'm gonna do is just spray off the fish to try to knock some of that slime off. I don't know if this will help, but I think it will. We're just gonna start with this guy right here. Nice medium-sized gaftop. Spray some of the dirt off of him, the mud. Let's get right into cleaning them. Like I said, I've never done this before, so it's gonna be a learning experience. I have watched some videos, and I do know that they have extremely big rib cages. I'm just trying to be really careful not to get stabbed right here, because even though it's dead, that can still get you. And that is what everyone gets stabbed by right there, guys. Y'all take a look. That's what people get up in their foot whenever they're walking down the beach. It's hard and it hurts, and if you get stabbed by one of those and it doesn't go deep, it's gonna hurt for about an hour. And if you get stabbed by one of those and it goes pretty deep, you're gonna hurt for quite some time. So let's get right into cleaning it. I can feel the rib cage right here, and it seems to be running around there maybe. I have no idea. We're just gonna start in the back. All right, we're just working our way down the spine super slowly, making a shallow cut just so we can kind of feel what's down there. I think this is working. Also, I should note that we did not bleed these out, and I know that some people do bleed them out because they are pretty bloody fish. We're gonna work our way down. I think that's good. Yeah, there we go. We did perfect. And now, just like any other fish, we're just gonna start making bigger, deeper cuts with the knife, trying to open it away from that spine. Gonna go back up towards the head, try to open that up a little bit. And that is super hard right there, so I'm gonna go around it. Seems to be working. Try that. Man, the meat is looking good, guys. Super white, not what I expected. But I'm happy with it. I got pretty much all the way through. just cut through the bottom on him, run the knife back up. And that is all ribs right there. So we're just gonna go over it best we can. And this is our first reveal at the gaff top. Good looking piece of meat. Pretty white. I mean, looks like catfish, feels like catfish. Not soft, just a little bit squishy, not too firm. It's weird. We're gonna go over and do the same thing on the other side, and then we're also going to get the belly meat out because catfish do have a whole bunch of belly meat all in here. So we'll cut that out after we do the same thing on the other side. So I just filleted this one different than I've been doing the rest. On all of those, I've been following the back and then making deep cuts. On this one, I did it just like I would do a trout, went behind the rib cage and down. And that's the dang best fillet we have yet. A little bit of blood here, but it's not in the meat, it's on the outside of the meat. So we just wipe it off. But I mean, that's unbelievable. So now I know that doesn't even look like a catfish fillet. That's insane. Looks super firm versus this one where I followed the back down. Either way, they both work. We'll try to do that again on the other side. It's gonna be a little hard now because we don't have that bottom on it. But just down behind the rib cage, turn the knife, and just cut down. And this is a super bloody one. But there we go. Another perfect fillet. All right, man, you learn something new every day. All right, guys, we're gonna take the skin off of this, and just real quick, because I know we said we were about to go into the kitchen, but I just wanted to show you how much of a bloodline they have. So it probably would be good to bleed them out. Like I said, I did not bleed them out, but just pull that off, and look at that bloodline. It's pretty bad. This one isn't actually too bad because there's two ways that you can get around this. One way is that you can leave a little bit of meat on the skin, and that's gonna leave that bloodline attached, just like that. And I missed a little bit too much there, but it's okay. And then the other way is that once you have it off like this, you can just come from each side, make a cut going towards the middle, kind of basically just flaying that bloodline off. You can pick it up, and that's gonna help get rid of a lot of that really fishy, bloody taste. So not too bad now. You're definitely still gonna have a little bit. There's no way to get rid of it completely unless you just cut it all off, but I feel like that's a waste of meat. So not too bad, and that's how you do it. All right, what is up, you guys? It is the next day. We're in the kitchen and we're about to cook this gaff top up. Now, what I have going on right here is I have it in a bag with some mustard. A lot of people will soak their fish in milk to bring out the fishy taste, but there's really no need. All you gotta do is put a little bit of mustard on it, and then I guarantee after you fry it, you're not gonna taste any of that. So yeah, like I just said, we're gonna be frying this fish up. We just have a little bit of Louisiana fish fry right here, and then all we're gonna do is take these out, let the excess mustard drip off, and straighten the fish fry. Now, the mustard does two things. It helps the fish fry stick to it a lot better, but it also helps, like I said, get rid of some of that fishy flavor. But it's not overpowering, so throw a few pieces in there. A few good fillets right there. And I cut out most of the bloodline on these. Obviously I couldn't get it all, but I got most of it. Now all we're gonna do is shake it up, and the oil is actually ready to go. I've had it preheated this whole time. So let's go ahead and go straight over there and drop some in. All right, once you have our fish nice and coated, we pull it out. Shake it, make sure there's no big clumps on there, and it looks good. We're gonna lay them right in. Ooh, and that oil is perfect. Go ahead and lay in some other pieces. And it shouldn't take too long, just a few minutes and this should be done. All right, our first pieces of fish are done here. We're gonna go ahead and pull them out, and they look super good. Now I'm setting them on foil right here, guys, and this is a cool trick if y'all don't know. Instead of setting your fish on a paper towel where all it does is the grease drips off, but then it's still just sitting on the paper towel, take some foil, crunch it up, and it makes little divots and stuff like that, and the fish can sit up and then drain down in there, and then your fish is not just sitting in that same grease that you're trying to get it out of. First few pieces of fish right there, and they look super good. Let's go ahead and cook up the rest of this. A couple more pieces done here, and that looks great. A perfect golden brown nice and crispy. We're gonna lay them on the tray. We have like 3 more pieces and then we are ready to try it out. All right, well, we got all the fish done right here. We're about to try a piece out, so let's take a look and see how it looks on the inside. Ooh, steaming, perfect, very white. Looks great. Let's give it a bite, and then I have a sauce I made right here, kind of like a tartar sauce. We're gonna try it without that first though, so let's go for it. Yeah, that right there is absolutely delicious. If you don't eat gaftop, after just one bite, I can already tell you, you need to start eating them. I know they're kind of a pain to clean and a pain to mess with because of all the slime, but I think it's worth it. So let's grab another piece right here, and let's try it in the sauce. Not that it even needs it. That is absolutely delicious. So we're gonna go for the sauce, a nice dip, boom, and a taste. Let's do it. Oh man, that complements it so well. That's just mayonnaise, mustard, a little bit of relish, and a little bit of Worcestershire, and it goes great with it, guys. This is probably like a 9 out of 10 on fried fish. This is absolutely amazing. So definitely recommend trying it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you eat gaftop or if you stray away from them. And subscribe if you're not already. And if you are, thank you guys so much. And until next time, peace. Bam!